Okay, so hi everyone. I'm live and welcome to the YouTube show that I've got tonight. And it's what it's about. It's five qualities that to find your soulmate, that to look for within yourself first, right? And then look for in your soulmate. So, how cool is that? And so let's talk about why this is important. Um, have you ever felt like you're dating the same person, guy or girl, over and over and over again? Maybe the form has changed or the names have changed, but it feels the same because the same outcome always happens, right? And how can you find that one that is for you? I know that's a challenge for a lot of us, okay? And I get it. Um, so let's talk about how you can find that, okay? So what is something that is important? First of all, you got to make sure. I think this is important. You got to make sure what you're looking for. I wrote down, gosh, 40, well, there's 40 plus qualities on there that I'm looking for in a man. And, spiritual, sexy, smart, savvy, sweet, sincere, smart, and spirituality. And those are qualities that I'm looking for, right? And there's tons of others, but I wanted to make sure that I shared a few of them with you. Also, being present, I think that's a real key one too, as well. Spirituality. Let me tell you why I think that is important. Because I have dated guys that, how do I say this, and that aren't they don't have a strong connection with a higher power. I call God, okay? I've been able to see angels around people since I was 3, and I think angels are like the arms of God. Also, Joshua, which is Joshua is the name that Jesus has introduced himself to me as, right? Long, long time ago. So it doesn't really matter. Um, but he's very real in my life as well, or that part of God is very real. God, Joshua, spirit, angels, wise ones, my soul family on the other side. And so I think it's important that we have like for me, not we, for me, I think it's important that I have someone who has a connection like that with his own power, the great I am, the great creator, whatever he calls it, Yahweh. I mean, there's so many names that, you know, Hebrew names, Christian names, Jewish names, whatever you call God, I call him God and the great I am, the creator, the good I can talk creator. So that's important to me. Okay. And so that's something I really, really insist on, not just to be a good person, but to have that connection with Heavenland. I call it Heavenland because um, land is if you're in Heavenland, it's got to be better than Disneyland, and Disney's pretty fun, right? It's Heavenland, right? So that's something that I feel is really, really important. So, what's a couple of other qualities that I think are good, are really important? And I got this from a guy, and I'll post his video, some of these qualities off of a guy that I listen to. He's an amazing soul. He's actually a minister, and so I'm not sure what kind of minister he is, but he seems like he feels like that he really loves God, and and I think that when we talk about our higher self, I think God is like the ocean. And we're waves in that ocean, and we're our higher self. So, so I think that we're all connected to God, with our higher self. Okay, and Jesus, Joshua helps us with that. Some people call him Jesus, I call him Joshua. So it all works, right? Um, anyway, so on that note, what are some qualities there? Well, I think it's important to have. There's 6 of them, I think. Connection, right? And connection is so important, right? So we've got to really be clear on the connection part of it, because sometimes um, we get caught up in, what is he, what does she look like, what does she look like in a bathing suit, what does she kiss like, whatever. And you want their touch to be amazing, okay, their physical touch, but also the heart touch, when your heart smiles because that guy or that girl is really touching your heart. That's even better. And when God smiles on you both, that's amazing. So connection. Chemistry is important too, but you got to be careful with chemistry because sometimes we feel chemistry when we're talking to a guy or a girl, and we feel this amazing chemistry. I've done that before. I would be in I work out, I run, and so I'm really firm about that. With my guy, I want him to, for me, I want him to be active and exercise and work out and run or dive or something, have some activity that he enjoys. um, but chemistry, I've been in a bar before, because I'm from North Carolina, so the bars were very much like Cheers, and I'm really telling my age now. So, well, I'm not old. I'll never be old. Some people are old at 18, and some people are young at 80, right? So I'm somewhere in between there, 18 and 80. Actually, I'm closer. Never mind. I'm not even going there. It doesn't really matter. Anyway, chemistry I've felt when I've been out, like, at a party or a basketball game or at a bar and with my girlfriends or friends. And I've seen a guy and I was like, oh, he's amazing. I feel this amazing chemistry, right? And, but you have to have the connection and chemistry. And sometimes you feel chemistry when you've had a fight with your sweetheart, and you go, oh, that guy seems, or that girl seems better than what I have at home. And the chemistry will only get you so far. So you want chemistry and you want connection. Does it make sense? Um, and so that's important. So another one is wholeness, right? I like this one because wholeness is that when you're with a guy or a girl, and that's great. But if you're not with a guy or a girl, you're okay too. Not only are you okay, you're happy, right? And so that's important. You're happy. um, so I think wholeness is that you're happy with, or you're happy not with. And that not with doesn't mean forever, it just means for now, right? And some people want to be never connected like that. And that's okay too. But wholeness is not, some people are by themselves because they're angry and bitter. You can be happy and better, okay? Depending on what you went through in your life, right? Well, not depending, but anyway. So wholeness, having that great relationship with the angels who are like the arms of God, Jeshua, whoever you believe in, God. As I said, these are the ones that I turn to, not only turn to, but have a relationship with, right? Because that's the most important relationship is with yourself and with your Creator, and that kind of thing. So those are wholeness, connection, right? Also, chemistry, super, 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 super important. Um, Also, purpose, having your purpose. My purpose is I'm a light worker. My bliss is helping others find theirs, and I do that, with Angel Coaches, my organization, right? And so when I meet a man, I gotta make sure that I know mine. I'm not going to compromise on that because that's where we come here to learn. So what are you here to learn, and what are you here to teach? Doesn't mean you have to do it like I do or somebody else does. You've got to find your purpose. And well, my purpose is to get married. I that's great, but you also have a bigger purpose. What is your soul's purpose, right? So finding your purpose. Wouldn't it be terrible to, uh, you meet somebody and you think you love them, and then you have this huge awakening or a little awakening, and you figure out your purpose, and they're not aligned with you or your purpose. That would be hard because then you wake up the next morning, you go, oh my gosh, I'm with the wrong person. And, and how do you, then you not only have to find the right person or discover the right person, not find, discover, but you have to end a relationship, because if they're not for you, then you're not for them, right? That person. So that's key right there, finding your purpose. Um, you know, uh, Wholeness, right? Divine chemistry, um, also connection, really, 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 really important. And I'm gonna look here at my notes, and so I can see that, because I want to make sure I say it the right way. So I've got notes. Can you believe that? Right? I never have notes, but I do now. um, I say connection, purpose, wholeness, and also, being vulnerable, right? You always want to be vulnerable. Because if you're harsh, and you can be fun, you can be a little bit dry, you can have all those qualities that you have. You can be witty, but being open and vulnerable is really, really, really key. Okay, because my mom and dad taught me. They said, "T," my name's Tari, but they said, "T, keep your heart open always in business and personal. Because if you're closing your heart and you go, oh, I'm so hard for me to fall in love, or it's so hard for me to find love. Well, if you're vulnerable and you keep your heart open, then it's not so hard, right? And connection, um, connection, chemistry, wholeness, right? You know what I mean? And purpose, right? And being vulnerable, and also being vulnerable, and of course, communication. That's key too, as well. So, yeah, I think those things are super key when you're looking for someone. And also, you know what? Writing those qualities down that you're looking for in a man or a woman. I told you a few of mine. There's so many more. I gave you a few of them right there. Uh, and, when you write your list down, or you're saying, okay, wholeness, I want a guy that is happy, or a girl that's happy by themselves and happy with somebody. But make sure you're that same way, right? I watched Sex in the City a few years ago, and they had this one episode on in oh gosh, I can't remember her name now. But she was, I think her name's Samantha. No, it doesn't matter. Anyway, she was on this scene, and she was with the guy, and she ended the relationship. And her friends asked her, "Why did you do that?" She goes, "I loved him, but I loved myself more." And he was not the best choice for her. That's what she felt. She goes, "I love myself more." And recently, I ended a relationship that had been going on for 4 years, and I thought was going to marry him. And I'm not sure what will happen, but I know I had to let go. You know what I mean? Because I needed to be happy. And I remember thinking to myself, I love myself more than to put myself through this. Because if I have to be more unhappy than I am happy, that's huge. So those qualities, I'm telling you, once again, connection, chemistry, okay, wholeness, right? Vulnerability, keeping your heart open, communication, obviously, and knowing your purpose, right? That's actually seven. So, because you want that person to be your right there with you, backing you up, or helping you with your purpose, if that's what it is, or and knowing that you've got that person beside you, linking arms with you as you do your purpose, and you help them do theirs. Okay, and together you may do it together. I don't know, or they. It doesn't really matter. So those are a few things right there that I wanted to share with you. I really hope that helps you. Um, you know, always keep your higher power, I call God and Joshua and Spirit in my life, guiding me. Meditation is really, really key. I just have to tell you that too, as well. Meditation and prayer. When you meditate, you're ask. I mean, or you're listening, and when you pray, you're asking. So when you can do both, it's even better. My grandpa used to say to me, he goes, Tari, he said, remember this, you have two ears and one mouth, so it's a lot. You got lot more room to listen with the two ears than to talk with the one mouth. I was like, okay, well, that makes sense, right? So I understood that a lot more when I got older. um, anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this. I certainly enjoyed sharing it with you. um, and I'm not very good at the YouTube, but I'll get better. What do you think? So anyway, have a great now, and I'm going to end this in this broadcast. That what they say, broadcast. I've got a few others on there, and so hopefully I'll be able to do more, and we'll see what that looks like. Okay, so it says end the show, so I'm going to get ready to end it. And thank you for being so patient with me, you guys. Please leave a comment or a like, and take care and have a great now. Bye.